Okay, notice we have boxing gloves on. Basically what I'm going to do here is I'm going to show you some of the basic fundamentals of boxing. This is not the all-encompassing encyclopedia of boxing. Okay? I'm not a very good boxer. But I am a boxer because I train in a boxing gym. Okay? I train mixed martial arts, the full scope of it. But these are the fundamental basics that you need to know and at least be aware of that they can do also, other than just this. First off, this is incorrect. The reason this is usually incorrect, this is what would be called a southpaw. An actual boxer, if this is his right hand and you're right-handed and he's right-handed, this is going to be his power hand. That means he's going to be probably jabbing at you with his left hand. Okay? The power hand is here so it can deliver the big shot. Also notice that I'm not arm punching. When I deliver that big shot, you can't see it, but my hips, my toes coming up, my whole body is turning. I'm bringing my shoulder to my cheek and I'm punching through. So it would actually look like this. Right? And they're bringing that nice power shot and they're reaching, they're using distance. Okay? They want to be just in range to hit you where you're not in range to hit them. So really though, what this means for you in Wing Chun is you really need to be training your left-handed techniques because they're probably going to throw that jab with their left hand and the right hand is going to be the power hand. So you're going to have to train your left hand if you want to stop that jab, realistically. If you're stopping a jab with the right hand, that's great, but it may not be all that practical. Okay? That's the first thing. Now I'm going to show you some basic fundamental boxing ideas. How do boxers stop the jab? Well, first off, I'm going to talk about the stance they take. Generally, a boxer is he's not going to stand square with you like this, like we would in Wing Chun here. Also, you notice our chin is up and our shoulders are down. A boxer is going to use his shoulder to stop a lot of punches here, okay? He's also going to have his hands up. Now, personally, my boxing style, I use what's called peekaboo. I have my gloves touching my cheeks, and I have my elbows and protecting my ribs. So then all I have to do to lift and cover is just, lift it up very easily. So from this position, how would a boxer stop a jab? Well, the first thing is similar to Wing Chun Pak Sao, but it's not as defined. In Pak Sao, we go out and forwards. In boxing, they're just going to slightly parry it and redirect it. So, like right here. I can also do what's called counter jabbing. I can jab his jab. Okay? Now, you notice how we're kind of staying stationary here. Realistically, if this was a boxing match, this is the type of thing I want to try to do. Okay, so he's standing right here. So we have one more room here, and he starts to jab here. You see how that's how I get my counter? I move as I parry and hit. Boxers are always moving. In fact, in most fights, even untrained fighters, they're always moving. So when you train and look good, really static here, you're like bang, 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 bang. That's great, but you have to be able to follow a guy if he's moving, because movement is the first key to real fighting. It's a principle of aliveness. You must know how to deal with a moving opponent. So we understand jab. Let's talk about the jab straight. How do we do a jab straight? That's called a scissor block. All I'm doing is, and that's how I stop a hook also, you're just combing your hair, like some people call it answering the phone. Combing your hair, coming in really tight. You don't want to be out here, because if you do, the hand will get smashed into your head. So have it tight against your head and turn a little bit. It's called a scissor block. So try again. I slip here. If he throws that jab, I can slip. I slip to the side here. Also notice that it's hitting my shoulder. That's hitting my shoulder, not my face. That's another defense. They can use pure head movement. Right? And that's going to set up things. So their core, their abdominal muscles are moving their heads. They have parrying, they have here. And the other thing that a lot of times they'll do is they'll just straight cover, and that's just here. You have your elbows down, you're going to comb the top of your head, not like this, but in front. And you don't want to have your head down, you want to have your head up, and you want to look through that little teeny space between your arms. So if he's just throwing straight, 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 powering him in, that's what I would do. If I'm getting in trouble here, he's gotten too close to me, and then as soon as he throws that hook, then I do answer the phone, or he does that again, and I would counter. I would dip down and cover. So you want to worry about head movement, body movement, parrying, slipping, and covering. And if you can understand that a boxer will do that, and you can work those into your routines, you're going to be a lot more realistic. And you're also going to find that a lot of your techniques are going to have to change because the boxer can defend himself too. Those are just his main defenses. We haven't even gone into his offensive. Let me show another defense that's in sparring is really not much. If he goes to throw a punch at me, right? You see how he missed. Just stepping back very slightly, just backwards. If he throws again, there I'm going to cover. Instead of stepping straight back, I'm going to circle on it. I step out, my other foot swings around. Say he throws with a backhand. And he's still missing. Boxers will just use distance. He can't hit me if his arm can't reach me. They will do that a lot. And they will do that to you when you're sitting there trying to chain punch. You can only hit this much. So they'll step out to the side and pepper you at angles all day. You have to be aware of that, how to deal with that. So now that we understand a little bit more about how a boxer will do it, we're going to break it down. I'm not going to show you how to stop every single thing because you won't be able to process it. I'm going to show you how to spar with Wing Chun. Now we're going to apply some real timing, real footwork, real energy. And we're going to do it with what I like to call the jab drill. And you'll like it because it starts out compliant, but it steps up very quickly. Okay? So that's the next thing we're going to get into. We're going to talk about how to stop a jab with Wing Chun.